Andy Murray was in no mood for Jack Draper's antics after their Davis Cup victory. Andy Murray looked to be in great spirits after Great Britain's Davis Cup victory over France, before realizing he had to spend 3 hours driving back from Manchester with Jack Draper in the passenger seat. The Scot was a delighted spectator after watching Dan Evans and Neil Skupski seal their place in the quarter-finals later in Malaga later this year. But Murray's joy soon faded when he was tasked with chauffeuring himself and Draper back home. Murray had been seen jumping and shouting in wild celebrations with Evans and the rest of the GB team after their 2-1 victory on Sunday. But his joyful spirit appeared to have fizzled out by the time he hopped in the car with a boozy Draper. Posting a video on his Instagram account, Murray wrote the caption, "Kids these days. 3 hours of this on the way back home at Jack Draper." Using a roll eye emoji to perfectly convey his thoughts as he made his way back home, presumably to his £5 million mansion in Leatherhead, Surrey. While the 21-year-old gleefully downed a can of beer in the passenger seat, Murray was their designated driver, and he didn't look happy about one bit. Draper even had the appropriate song for the occasion, singing the Proclaimers' hit 500 Miles as they drove back from Manchester's OW Arena to London. At one point, the boozy Draper focused the camera onto Murray's face and he appeared to be less than impressed, sticking up his middle finger up at the camera as Draper sang away. He continued to give his trademark deadpan expression as they continued on the open road, while Draper jigged away without a care. Murray and Draper will be eagerly awaiting the results of the draw on Tuesday, with a potential clash against Novak Djokovic's Serbia awaiting. Team GB could also face Italy in the last 8. With their sights firmly set on a first triumph in the international competition since 2015, and with Murray, Evans, Draper and Cam Norrie all impressing, it could be their best chance yet. The Sutton-born starlet has emerged as the next British star with the potential to challenge for Grand Slams after an encouraging year. He is currently just outside the top 100 at 106th in the world but reached a career-high 38th in the ATP rankings in January this year. Draper reached the round of 16 at the US Open before losing out to Andrei Rublev in his first slam since missing Wimbledon with a shoulder injury. Earlier this week at the Davis Cup, he defeated Australia's Thanasi Kokkinakis 6-7, 6, 6-3, 7-6, 4, to help Britain on their way to an impressive 2-1 win. There is mutual respect between the two after Draper overcame Murray at Indian Wells earlier this year. In an on-court interview broadcast by Amazon Prime Video, Draper said, "I've looked up to Andy since I was so young. I watched him win Wimbledon for the first time in 2013 and then I've had the opportunity to get to know him and practice with him often since 2019. He's a really special person, a great champion, great human being and I'm privileged to play against him on this court."